50 Shades Darker, Chapter 1, Part 2. The day drags, and Jack is unusually attentive. I suspect it's due to Kate's plum dress and the black high-heeled boots I've stolen from her closet, but I don't dwell on the thought. I resolve to go clothes shopping with my first paycheck. The dress is looser on me than it was, but I pretend not to notice. Finally, it's 5:30 and I collect my jacket and purse, trying to quell my nerves. I'm going to see him. Do you have a date tonight? Jack asks as he strolls past my desk on his way out. Yes, no, not really. He raises an eyebrow, his interest clearly piqued. Boyfriend? I flush. No, a friend. An ex-boyfriend. Maybe tomorrow you'd like to come for a drink after work. You've had a stellar first week, Anna. We should celebrate. He smiles, and an unknown, unsettling emotion flits across his face, making me uneasy. Putting his hands in his pockets, he saunters through the double doors. I frown at his retreating back. Drinks with the boss. Is that a good idea? I shake my head. I have an evening of Christian Grey to get through first. How am I going to do this? I hurry into the restroom to make last-minute adjustments. In the large mirror on the wall, I take a long, hard look at my face. I'm usually pale self, dark circles around my two large eyes. I look gaunt, haunted. I wish I knew how to use makeup. I apply some mascara and eyeliner and pinch my cheeks, hoping for some color. Tidying my hair so that it hangs artfully down my back, I take a deep breath. This will have to do. Nervously, I walk through the foyer with a smile and a wave at Claire at reception. I think she and I could become friends. Jack is talking to Elizabeth as I head for the double doors. Smiling broadly, he hurries over to open them for me. After you, Anna, he murmurs. Thank you. I smile, embarrassed. Outside on the curb, Taylor is waiting. He opens the rear door of the car. I glance hesitantly at Jack, who has followed me out. He's looking toward the Audi SUV in dismay. I turn and climb into the back, and there he sits, Christian Grey, wearing his gray suit, no tie, white shirt open at the collar. His gray eyes are glowing. My mouth dries. He looks glorious, except he's scowling at me. Why? When did you last eat? He snaps as Taylor closes the door behind me. Crap. Hello, Christian. Yes, it's nice to see you, too. I don't want your smart mouth now. Answer me. His eyes blaze. Holy crap. I had a yogurt at lunchtime. Oh, and a banana. When did you last have a real meal? He asks acidly. Taylor slips into the driver's seat, starts the car, and pulls out into the traffic. I glance up, and Jack is waving at me, though how he can see me through the dark glass, I don't know. I wave back. Who's that? Christian snaps. My boss. I peek up at the beautiful man beside me, and his mouth is pressed into a hard line. Well, your last meal? Christian, that really is none of your concern, I murmured, feeling extraordinarily brave. Whatever you do concerns me. Tell me. No, it doesn't, I groan in frustration, rolling my eyes heavenward, and Christian narrows his eyes. And for the first time in a long time, I want to laugh. I try hard to stifle the giggle that threatens to bubble up. Christian's face softens as I struggle to keep a straight face, and a trace of a smile kisses his lovely sculptured lips. Well, he asks, his voice softer. Pasta alla vongole last Friday, I whisper. He closes his eyes as fury and possibly regret sweeps across his face. I see, he says, his voice expressionless. You look like you've lost at least 5 pounds, possibly more since then. Please eat, Anastasia, he scolds. I stare down at the knotted fingers in my lap. Why does he always make me feel like an errant child? He shifts and turns toward me. How are you? He asks, his voice still soft. Well, I swallow. If I told you I was fine, I'd be lying. He inhales sharply. Me too, he murmurs and reaches over and clasps my hand. I miss you, he adds. Oh no, skin against skin. Christian, Anna, please, we need to talk. I'm going to cry. No. Christian, please. I've cried so much, I whisper, trying to keep my emotions in check. Oh, baby, no. He tugs my hand, and before I know it, I'm on his lap. He has his arms around me, and his nose is in my hair. I've missed you so much, Anastasia, he breathes. I want to struggle out of his hold to maintain some distance, but his arms are wrapped around me. He's pressing me to his chest. I melt. Oh, this is where I want to be. I rest my head against him, and he kisses my hair repeatedly. This is home. He smells of linen, fabric softener, body wash, and my favorite smell, Christian. For a moment, I allow myself the illusion that all will be well, and it soothes my ravaged soul. A few minutes later, Taylor pulls up to a stop at the curb, even though we're still in the city. Come. Christian shifts me off his lap. We're here. What? Helipad, on top of this building. Christian glances toward the building by way of explanation. Of course, Charlie Tango. Taylor opens the door and I slide out. He gives me a warm, avuncular smile, and that makes me feel safe. I smile back. I should give you back your handkerchief. Keep it, Miss Steele, with my best wishes. I blush as Christian comes around the car and takes my hand. He looks quizzically at Taylor, who stares impassively back at him, revealing nothing. 9? Christian says to him. Yes, sir. Christian nods as he turns and leads me through the double doors into the grandiose foyer. I revel in the feel of his hand and his long, skilled fingers curled around mine. The familiar pull is there. I'm drawn, Icarus to the sun. I've been burned already, and yet here I am again. Reaching the elevators, he presses the call button. I peek up at him, and he's wearing his enigmatic half-smile. As the doors open, he releases my hand and ushers me in. The doors close, and I risk a second peek. He glances down at me, and it's there in the air between us, that electricity. It's palpable. I can almost taste it, pulsing between us, drawing us together. Oh my, I gasp as I bask briefly in the intensity of this visceral primal attraction. I feel it too, he says, his eyes clouded and intense. Desire pulls dark and deadly in my groin. He clasps my hand and grazes my knuckles with his thumb, and all my muscles clench tightly, deliciously, deep inside me. How can he still do this to me? Please don't bite your lip, Anastasia, he whispers. I gaze up at him, releasing my lip. I want him, here, now, in the elevator. How could I not? You know what it does to me, he murmurs. Oh, I still affect him. My inner goddess stirs from her 5-day sulk. Abruptly the doors open, breaking the spell, and we're on the roof. It's windy, and despite my black jacket, I'm cold. Christian puts his arm around me, pulling me into his side, and we hurry across to where Charlie Tango stands in the center of the helipad, with its rotor blades slowly spinning. A tall, blond, square-jawed man in a dark suit leaps out and, ducking low, runs toward us. Shaking hands with Christian, he shouts above the noise of the rotors, "Ready to go, sir. She's all yours."